Today we're making this super easy. Oh, so delicious. No knead ciabatta bread. So good, so easy. Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, and the whole house smells like fresh baked bread. I love that. Let's see how we do it. Just keep watching. Yum. Check out our Facebook page at Poppy's Cucina for a full copy of today's recipe. We'll see you there. All right, so to start, we have 1 3/4 cups of regular water. It's lukewarm right now. I dissolved 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. You want to make sure your water is between 110 and 120 degrees. Perfect. So to this, we're going to add 1 packet or 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. So now you're going to mix this up. And we're going to allow the yeast to bloom for about 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to see it's going to smell like beer. It's going to have a nice big head on it. It'll be ready to go. Yay. So while we're waiting for the yeast to bloom, in a large bowl, we added our flour. It's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 cup of semolina flour. If you don't have semolina flour, you could just use bread flour or just go all straight up all-purpose flour. And to this, I added 2 teaspoons of salt. If you want to lower salt, you could just add less. If you like it salty, add more. All right, so we're just going to mix this together until all of the salt is fully incorporated. All right, so once your yeast looks like this, big head on it, this right in our flour mixture. And to this, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of a good extra virgin olive oil. You wanna make sure you use a good one because you're gonna taste it. And that's a good thing. All right, so now, remember this bread is a no knead, but you need this bread in your life. Joke never gets old. So you're just gonna mix this up until there's no excess flour. So just mix it nice and carefully. If it's a little dry, add a little bit more liquid. If you wanna add warm water, if it's too wet, add a little bit of flour, but you don't want this to be too dry. You actually want it to be a little sticky. All right, so this is ready. So we're gonna cover this tightly with some plastic wrap, put it in a warm spot, and we're gonna let it proof total for 2.5 hours, but we're gonna do something after the 1 hour mark. All right, so we'll see this in an hour. All right, so this has been sitting outside for an hour in the sun. See, look, it proofed up nicely. But before we let this rise again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna gently pull up the corners. You're gonna do this 4 times. You see, we turned the bowl a 1/4 turn. All right, so now we're gonna put the lid back on. This helps prevent it to have like a crust, but also makes a nice lighter bread. All right, so we cover this up. Now we're gonna let this sit for another hour. All right, so this has been resting for another hour. Let's take a look. Oh, it's rising nice. So we're gonna do the same thing we did the last time. We're gonna pull this over on itself 4 times. Okay, nice. Now we're gonna cover it and we're gonna let it sit now for just 30 minutes. Just gotta wait another 30 minutes to go for this. So soon. All right, so our bread has now been proofing for a total of 2.5 hours. So we're gonna scrape this lightly onto a floured surface. That's it. Shake out any remnants of dough that's left behind. And now we're gonna shape this into a beautiful ciabatta loaf. The bread is gonna be sticky, so it's okay if it feels really sticky. It should be. All right, so now onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. We're gonna get this. Reshape if needed, so clearly it needs it. You see how nice and poofy this bread is? Oh, excuse me, there's so many air pockets in this. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, and now we're gonna dust this with a little bit more flour right on top. Just like that. So now we're gonna cover this loosely, and now we're gonna preheat our oven. So we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees, and once it hits temp, it's going right in. All right, so the oven preheated to 400 degrees, so in the loaf goes. We're gonna bake this for about 30 to 40 minutes or until it gets a nice golden brown, a nice crusty crust. Yum! But it looks like we have some time to kill, so you know what that means. That's right! It's the perfect time for a cocktail time! Oh yeah! All right, so for today's Wild Blue Lagoon, there he is. We're gonna start with 1 ounce of peach schnapps, 1 ounce of amaretto. We're running low. 1 ounce of rum. 1 ounce of blue curacao. 1.5 ounces of sour mix. 1 ounce of pineapple juice, and then a splash, it's a lot in this one, of cranberry juice. All right, so we give it a good shaky, and we give it a pour. So it looks, look how pretty that is. Well, it is kind of gray, but it's bluish. Time to give it a try. Salud. Oh, this is as tropical as it gets. You get the pineapple, the peach, the amaretto, the rum, the pineapple. Oh, you get everything. Oh, this is nice. I think I found my new summer drink. So if you guys drink that recipe, let us know. Cheers. So 35 minutes later, we pulled it out of the oven. Look how golden brown and beautiful it is, and look at all those bubbles and holes. Oh, you know it's gonna be good. Oh, it's gonna be so good. But we're gonna allow this to cool for about 15 minutes before we give it a try. Can't wait. Bon appetit. You hear that crunch? So good, so moist. Crunchy, chewy. Oh, just the way I want bread to be. I need some olive oil. Just that just needs to be dipped in olive oil immediately. Oh, but it's so good, it's so easy. Using simple ingredients, a couple of hours, got fresh baked bread at home. So awesome. So if you guys the recipe, let us know. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks!
Yes, Lulu. Is there something you want? Did you want some bread? You smell the bread that came out of the oven and you want it? All right, I'll cut you a slice, okay? Wait, you want 3 slices? No, you'll get a slice, Lou, okay? I'll get you a slice. No, you're not getting the whole thing. You're not gonna get the whole thing. You have to share, okay? You have to share. Oh, Lulu. Fine, I'll bake you your own loaf. Sheesh.